Gone. I'm not sure because he gone. Might check. So he come back. Come back. Gone. See, the voice going stronger now. I'm not sure because he gone. Might check. So he come back. We have to. I don't know where he come from, and the voice going stronger now. I'm not sure. Might check. So he come back. We have to. I don't know where he come from, and the voice going stronger now. I'm not sure. Might check. Then they jam me. Then they sabotage you.
Every day they do it until they get to the worst right now.
Then they jam me. Sabotage you. It's something outside of the way system. It's out of the system. Hmm?
Because when I plug in here, I hear nothing at all.
Then the jam, it's an external jam.
They call that our interference.
Yep. Yeah, we have to just. You just have to. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go this. Yeah, man.
Who are you? Who are you? Alright, sit beside us for you guys. Yeah, that way they do it now with the set together. Put that there, move it to you. Okay. Oh, that could go up there.
Morning, brother. Respect.
You know the routine. Or if you don't want, oh yeah, shape the out. Just put it on there.
Underneath, right?
Yeah, underneath the shape.
Man, in the jam with signal, Major. No.
No, you.
In the jam with signal. Yeah, in the jam with signal, sure of it. Sure of it.
To keep this here,
Huh? Who that Christy? Oh, alright.
Polite granddaughter, man.
Oh, she working, you know?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Can I just... There's where your married name, because...
Arzu.
To create no controversy.
I can introduce myself and I know that.
I want to introduce you.
Okay then.
But what is your position?
Communications coordinator.
What does WCS stand for again?
You wake up on the wrong side of the bed, obviously. Wildlife Conservation Society.
We get Hamburg.
Yeah, I know how, and this is Kenneth, he's the operations manager that goes Reef.
Alright.
WCS owned.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome back to the WB. We've been experiencing some very strange interference with our broadcast audio, and so you might be experiencing a little bit of the residue of that, but we have to carry on. You'll have to bear with us. I don't believe that it's an internal glitch, but that's for another occasion. We will carry on. You could see we, and you could hear we good enough. So Reef Week celebration continues. We have a full morning planned for you at Moose Hyde, and at this point in time we're going to go immediately to our guests. Of course, let me just mention that Reef Week 2018 is being marked under the theme Our Reef Rocks, Protect It, Don't Neglect It. Today, of course, is the day of the Big Reef Fair here in Dangriga, where we are presently located and broadcasting from at the Aliyo Benny Park, and that is going to strike up at 10 a.m. About 35, excess of 35 organizations will be represented inside the park, and so if you're in the vicinity, you can come out, and it's going to be interactive, entertaining, informative, good stuff, great stuff. At this point in time, I am very pleased to introduce my first guest of the morning, someone that really needs no introduction, a fantastic legend in broadcasting who has given up broadcasting and is now a conservationist. The one and only, we know her as Desas. She is Mrs. Desiree Kane Arzu, representing Wildlife Conservation Society. And good morning, Des.
Morning, Moose. Morning, Belize. Morning, Dangriga. It's good to be here.
Hard to be grumpy when you there, you know. But I got a lot of things for grumpy about this morning.
I know.
But WCS is in the house. Happy Reef Week.
Yes.
And you brought along with you?
I brought along with me two people, actually. Kenneth Gale, he's the operations manager at Glover's Reef Research Station, which is located on Middle Key, and WCS owns Middle Key. And I also have Miss Bonetta Dawson. She'll be on shortly. She's a fisher from Dangriga, and she's part of the Wabafo Fisher Association, which works very closely with WCS as well.
What does WCS do?
I know that would have been your first question. So before I start into what it does here in Belize, I just want to say that WCS is a global organization. It actually has been around for quite some time. Specifically over 123 years it's been operating globally. It started out in New York at the Bronx Zoo, and it spans 16 regions, which is over 60 countries throughout the world. Belize is one of those countries in the Mesoamerica and Western Caribbean regions where WCS has been operating for over 30 years now, going on 35 years. We stand for wildlife. WCS stands for wildlife, and
we're not talking about partying.
No, that actually encompasses a lot. There's a lot of work that we do, and the work that we do comes under strategic goals to discover through science. Appropriately,
that you know they are regarding wildlife participating in the show. So
yes,
you see we knock after because well. You know, we in nature, understand? If you're into the reef or into the marine, you know, sunfly come with it.
Yes.
So like right, Mr. Gill?
Correct.
Discover through science, inspire through conservation action, and protect through education. So
great.
Those are goals.
Great. Sunfly in the wind leave it right now, though.
Yeah, I was telling Desiree earlier that I'm getting bitten here more than I get bitten the Middle Key.
The Middle Key.
Yeah.
So you go.
Yeah, so I'm basically here to promote the station. As Desiree mentioned, my name is Kenneth Gale. I'm the operations manager for the Glover's Reef Research Station. It's located like 30 miles east-southeast of TheMadrocka. What we do basically is we host researchers and scientists that actually go to the station. We have a full service station. We have our own fleet of boats that take people to and from the mainland. We can take people out snorkeling. We do a comprehensive plan for you. Just contact me and we can get you out there and get the work done that need to get done. The station can sleep like 25 people comfortably. We have dorms, we have freshwater showers, hot and cold showers too. I'm living out there, I tell people whenever I'm out, I'm living out there. We have Wi-Fi, telephone service.
Oh my goodness, man. Uno got urban amenities, man.
So it's a really nice spot. One of the good things about the station is everything is located close by. Like the reef is right there, the seagrass is right there, the mangrove is there. So you don't have to go far in the boat. You don't have to go in the boat, none at all. You can actually swim off the pier and go to the coral reef. So it's a really nice spot, and we try to encourage local schools to actually visit the station.
All right.
Wait, I didn't answer your question.
No.
So, okay, WCS has seven initiatives that we undertake. One of them is Manage Access, which we do along with a host of organization stakeholders. And Manage Access, basically, just to summarize it, is where fishers are allowed certain fishing zones. There used to be open access to the seas for fishers. Now, fishers can choose 2 zones where they can fish during the course of the year. And this kind of gives ownership to the fishers where and you know, if you own something, you take better care of it than if somebody give it to you. So that's the idea behind that. In order to, the word we always use in conservation is sustainable or sustainability. And that simply means to have it for a long time in the future for generations to come. And then we also do, we have the Replenishment Zones Initiative, and that is also linked to the Managed Access, where we try to protect certain areas of the sea and not allow fishing to occur there. And the reason for that is that we want the species to be able to reproduce and have more, because the effect of replenishment zone from research is that the more species are there, it spills over to the area where the fishers are, which is what you call the general use zone. So they will have more products as an end result. And then we also have the in-sea turtle monitoring program, and this started back in about 2007, and it expanded in 2011, where turtles are tagged and tracked and monitored to see how they live and what are their actions, and how these actions can basically support management changes or plans in the future. We also have the Spatial Monitoring and Reporting Tool Initiative, and this, Belize is one of the first countries to actually use SMART for marine purposes, because it's been used in other countries for the terrestrial component of their program, but we were one of the first countries to introduce SMART for marine protection. And what SMART does is it allows the rangers to collect information, more information in a more efficient manner, because at one point they used to use notes and pens, and so SMART allows this information to be collected via a device, and they're able to upload all this information to their computers and access it and produce map and make analysis, and it makes life easier. And we have the spawning aggregation monitoring, SPAGs. This is done between December and March every year, which is actually the closed season for the Nassau grouper, from December 1st to March 31st every year, 4 months. And again, this program allows for the fishes to mate and to reproduce so that we can have more for the future. And we have the long-term atoll monitoring program. LAMP also looks at basically Glover's Reef and Saltwater Marine Reserve, Saltwater Key Marine Reserve, to monitor key species there as well. And then finally, we have, there's one more that I missed.
That you, because I would know. I would know. I'm just working with you.
One.
I am working with you.
Catch data, yeah. Catch for
I blame the sunfly. If you make any mistake, I will have to blame the sunfly.
Yeah, so every month we have our marine team going out to collect information from fishermen at sea and find out what are some of the species that they're catching, and measuring them and taking biomass and all of that. So that information then is kept and that information can actually promote, if I may use that word, key management decisions in the future, because it basically tells you what the fishermen are doing at sea. So those are the 7 initiatives that WCS does. What happens is many times people might not hear of WCS, and that's one of the things that I am trying to change to make WCS a household name, because we work in collaboration with a number of other organizations that are, some of them are spearheading certain initiatives, but so long as their goals are parallel to ours or similar to ours, then those are organizations that we definitely work with to accomplish what our main goals are as well.
What's the most important work that is done at Milky, and what's the most enjoyable part of that?
So well, as Des mentioned, we have our marine team that is based in Belize City and goes out to Glovers to actually collect data. But our researchers, I'm going to talk mostly about the researchers that come to the station. We have had visits from universities from the US, and MIT was out there a couple years ago, Wellesley College and Rice University. And these guys come and they have their syllabus already, and they have their itinerary already. So we basically just provide the amenities for them. They have the professors that come and they take the classes and they go do the practicals and come back and they go into the lab. We also have a full service lab as well. We have a dry lab and a wet lab. We recently established our lab. It's really nice now, a lot of space. We have some equipment in there as well. So the people come and they have specific stuff that they deal with. A couple of years ago we had a group from North Carolina State University, and they studied the blue-headed wrasse, where people come and look at lionfish. We have people that come and look at Nassau groupers. So it depends on what the people they want. We actually just offer them this platform to actually do their work properly.
All right. And talking about Reef Week, what are some of the things that WCS has done to celebrate Reef Week?
Well, I want to mention three things that we're currently involved in as it relates to the reef. The first is we're part of a World Heritage Site Committee, along with a number of key organizations, including the World Wildlife Fund, the Belize Audubon Society, Southern Environmental Association, Coastal Zone Management Authority and Institute, the Belize Fisheries Department, and some others I may have missed. But that committee actually gets together every so often, probably every 2 months or so, and they talk about things that have been requested by the UNESCO IUCN committee in terms of getting off the danger list. As you may know, Belize has been on the danger list for, I think it's since 2016. I don't remember the date, but Belize is currently on the danger list for being removed from the list of countries from World Heritage Site status. And so we have certain objectives that we must meet in order to be removed from that site. So this committee monitors these things, and one of them was recently passed, which we all know about, is the oil declaration, which was, the legislation was passed in December. Now we're working towards the mangrove part. So as long as we get those things in place, we should be removed from on that danger list. And I think the next date is March, where we'll be the committee from the UNESCO IUCN headquarters will be monitoring us to see if we have met those recommendations that they made in order to get off of that. And then we're working also with the Fisheries Department and other organizations to finalize, well, the Fisheries Amendment Bill. Hopefully that will be passed pretty soon, and that has a number of changes in it that will also affect best practices and again, sustainability in the fishing industry for future generation. And the final one that I want to talk about right now, which is something that was launched 2 years ago, but we're relaunching it because we see it as something that is definitely conducive to supporting fishers in terms of catching legal products, and also recognizing restaurants that are able to access these fishers who fish sustainably. And that program is the Fish Right, Eat Right program. what the Fish Right, Eat Right program does is recognize, like I said, recognize those restaurants or resorts that are providing food to the consumer in a sustainable manner. So it tracks the food from it leaves the water to consumption. And I really wanted to show a video that we've, a short PSA that we've produced. It's in its semi-final draft.
But we did a remote broadcast, man. You think we did in a studio with all the equipment
I
and...
was all prepared with my pictures.
Yeah. You see what happened there?
I just want to say, in regards to that program, the Fish Right, Eat Right program, we're going to get some more information out in the coming months. So I want folks to actually look out for it. It's going to benefit everyone, from the fisherman right up to the consumer. So you'll be able to look on this, there will be an app that comes with it. You'll be able to look on this app and see the restaurants that are certified. So it provides that certification when you go to, for example, what is your favorite restaurant, Mose?
I always sell fish. All of them will sell fresh fish.
Okay, so these restaurants, once they're participating, and we want this to be something that they voluntarily do, because we know that for anything to last, it has to come from within, right? So these restaurants, when you go there, you will see the Fish Right, Eat Right sign, and that sign will tell you, you know what? These people, they buy from a fisherman where fish correct size counts, correct size lobster, correct size fish, and these people are to be...
The good guys.
Yes.
They take care of the resource.
So that's what we're doing in terms of Reef Week. I mean, we stand for wildlife, and I'm focusing on the marine aspect, but I just want to say here that we also have a terrestrial program, which was reintroduced in 2016. So from the terrestrial side, we're focusing on the adherence to the CITES regulations in Belize. As you know, there are certain regulations that Belize has signed on to the CITES convention that we must adhere to, and we're focusing on key species like the scarlet macaw and the beard tapir and the big cats. We're also doing a lot of collaborative work with the forest department to ensure that, you know, some of these things happen. So we do have a terrestrial component. Sorry for overriding with the marine part, but that's what we do mostly. So,
it's Reef Week.
Exactly.
Oh, you mean it's Reef Week? Sorry, respect to terrestrial efforts, but a Reef Week about the sea, about
but
the
you
reef.
know, it's important to focus on this whole ridge to reef, because everything that happens on land subsequently ends up in the sea. So
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I know they dispute that part
right,
there.
good.
So now there to be fair today.
yeah, we're on the day.
Go on and do that to be fair.
Yeah, just the day. No, we'll be promoting, like everything I just mentioned to you. We'll be promoting that there specifically. I want to bring on Vonetta in a few.
All right. So we get Connect. Thanks for coming. Continue the good work.
For the one of the initiatives that I mentioned earlier, the replenishment zone initiative, it has a communications component to it. You guys, CRIM has rebroadcast Punta Fuego season 1, so you guys are familiar with that program. So that's the communication aspect for the replenishment zone. That targets basically the fishers and their families and anybody actually. So WCS works closely with fisher organizations in 4 main communities: Sarteneja in the north, Belize City, of course, Hopkins, and Dangriga, culture capital. In the words of Miss Gwen Nunes Gonzalez, beautiful Dangriga. So the Wabafu Fisher Organization, we've been working with them since 2011, and in 2016 we assisted them in opening their new office with their big sign, nice sign. I think they have about 40 fishers that are part of the organization. We've helped them in terms of capacity building and training, and actually helped them to come up with their bylaws to become an organization, an NGO. And they are instrumental as well in terms of the Punta Fuego that I mentioned earlier, because we've done research and monitoring and evaluation after the shows, the 2 seasons, to find out if the show is actually doing anything to change attitudes and behaviors of fishers, and we found that yes, it has been changing attitudes. But I invited Vonetta to be here because she actually is up close and personal as it relates to being out at the sea. She's a fisherwoman, I mean, we don't have a lot of them in Belize. We have mostly what, about 30 other 40 other. No quote me on a number, but limited number of
you
women.
You know that Pan, for we show this week, the only fishers we command are women.
Alone woman. Say big up to the women.
Oh, make them know.
Vonetta, they tell me something just now where for the first time, I only in a conservation for 2 years. So the 2 years has been spent learning for the most part. But she was telling me that unlike what I've heard from other fishermen, that no fish not at sea, Vonetta said, a lot of fish they out there. You just have to know where bait to use. So she got this thing down pat. But I make Vonetta talk for yourself because I think I talk too much.
You they run me show. That's the way they do. You that one thing. Man, that one thing for you to talk, but the next thing you they assign for me show, man, you take over host duties.
Me and you straight. So
we were straight, but give me a little turn, yeah. What happened? I want to look like
you talk every day. I hear you.
This man, no. I live life. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It had the beep on this side.
Thank you. You know, to be interviewed.
Yes.
Your natural instinct take.
Exactly.
Your natural instinct take over.
Yep.
I live life by Judy. My motto: stay relevant. I don't want to be irrelevant. No play with me. So, Vonetta. Yes, so now I hear that you believe fish they out there, they just that the wrong bait they happen right now. People can't catch that the bait that is issue.
The morning Belize, Vonetta asked me fish a woman a dangriga. Well, I not think the fish no have no sea. Yeah, I talk nonsense and well, I believe fish today.
Yeah.
That's the type of bait to use because we have different species of fish where eat different things.
Yeah.
Just like people, I might not like chicken and rather fish, so if you bring fish for me, I will eat that and left the chicken.
Yeah, I run it down.
Yeah, so they got different types of bait I use when I go fish to catch different types of fish. If I go with a sprat down one area and I notice the fish not the bite, I change the bait. Maybe a piece of conchs, and then rather that, so I fill my box because they want conchs. But if my neighbor they use the sprat and I catch it, the conchs, my neighbor not catch none.
I understand the situation. How long have you been
well,
fishing?
I like say born in night.
You're born in it?
Yeah, because then my pa meet my mother Belize, bring on a dangriga, corn and a tobacco pea, make we out there, bring me back that tongue. So I always tell everybody all my life, because when I young I hang on it my pa and I go do the fishing thing and I just fall in love and I stay it.
One of the things that we hear from the, I think it would be the president of the Wabafu Association, some of the very, some of the many interesting things that go on within the association, like the different technology assistance for help fishers, the looking at the deep slope fishing options. Also, some fishers have actually been accredited as dive masters within the Wabafu Association, and we find these things to be very encouraging, very positive, and great to hear.
Well, we may glad that Dangriga finally come together and form an Fishers Association, and we finally get one grant come our way. So through the grant what we may get with train fishers in all different sorts of things, because we have some learned that the hurricane preparedness, like I took the tour guiding.
You did the tour guiding?
Yes, I did the tour guiding, and we have divers and different things that we do in teaching the fishers other stuff than just being on the sea, right? So I'm glad for that what we get, and wish we get more to teach more things. And
learn different skills.
Yes.
To make more money different ways.
But still pan the sea for me.
Pan the sea?
Yeah, for me. Because
I don't
want to be a farmer.
You have to be connected to the sea.
I have to be connected. And I also certified in tilapia raising, right?
Yeah.
So I could go to your house and fix up your
pond.
Your pond and test the waters and
once you got to do with sea and marine life, you in it.
Yeah, I in it, because that's something I interested in. I go to the reef, clean the beach, keep everything nice for me when I want to go fishing, right?
Yeah. No, you know, like I guess people, the vision that people have is that okay, fishing the man thing. We just say to like maybe some young girls out there where maybe not sure that they could survive in this fishing.
Once you determine and that's something where you love, you will survive in it. Because being a fisher woman here in Dangriga, you notice that all fisher women only fish with their partners or their pa a relative. You don't go for boats where you're not related, because I don't think they will carry you as a woman.
Okay.
They will look for you and they will might underestimate, because I had a thing where we gone for training outside at Tobacco Key for the scuba diving part. So one of the fisher guy will take it, tell the other fisher woman that my cousin, he tell her go down there and bring some sand for me. So I watch for her and I just laugh. So I say, if that me, I'm going for a coral or stone right here. So she gone down and she bring up the sand. So when I look on it, either like, you see it, because that woman, you check if she could reach down.
Take her lightly, take her lightly.
Yes, and that the thing, being a fisher woman, they take with lightly, that we can do the same thing.
So you do lobster, you do conchs?
I do everything where the man do on the waters. Everything where the guys do.
That's the way you conch do on my show now. There's come bring one little bit of woman from the WB. Respect that the woman month.
They say, whatever a man do,
we could
a
do
woman could, how they say, duplicate or something like that. Right? So, yeah, that. Anyway, I know time to run out. We have a couple, I know you only have your leaf phone here more, so. If
I got one leaf phone on here, where I see how people relate to the phone.
We have two Grover's Reef t-shirt and one hat. If you notice how they wear on Grover's Reef t-shirt, she wear on WCS hat and Kenneth had on the WCS shirt. We're not to give away the WCS shirt. That's for staff. This is how it looked at the front. You see it? I put this down. And then this is how it looked at the back. Nice shirt. So we have a small or a medium for giveaway. You want to ask a question or you want to ask it?
Man, make them just call in and get it.
Right,
not be so
they have to
stingy.
be from Dangriga. Because we got it here.
So you have to be Griga base.
Yeah, because we don't want to carry this back.
Alright,
if we don't give it away, then we'll give it away at the fair.
As I get back to town, I go and tell Frisco what kind of trouble you give and say, you will have to
listen.
What happened to your sister now? She turned conservationist and scubaist and yeah.
But that leave me the part and always in me.
Okay, no problem. Go try run me show.
But you get a car?
Hold on, make a promote. It has been through a couple. It's been through the rocky road, but it still works, you know. Things still work. So 610-4770. Give it a link. Call in and win. Basically get the shirt. Yeah, but you have to call in for Guiga. If you're not,
just open it up to anybody.
No, we see if Guiga in tune.
Okay.
Or if Guiga want the thing.
Okay.
We give them first opportunity.
Look on it, pretty, right?
WB, good morning. Good morning.
Yes?
Hello.
Are the call for the t-shirt?
You're the call from Guiga?
Yes, sir.
What part of Guiga you're the call from?
From New Site.
New Site in the house. Alright,
Yes,
what's your name?
Cheyenne Sabal.
Cheyenne Sabal.
Write that name for me
Yes,
now?
sir.
Alright, Cheyenne, you bring your ID out of the alley of Benny Park. And you go to the WCS booth.
Yes, sir.
And you check this lady in her range.
Wait, I know I have a range.
Well,
the plat. Hey, but I want to ask Cheyenne something. You're the medium or small? Only two shirts we got, medium or small?
Small, please.
Okay, cool.
Small.
Because it's small, I think the small of the blue.
Alright, Cheyenne, enough respect.
Thank you very much.
Alright.
You're welcome. Oh, I want to tell people that Punta Fuego season 3, they're on the horizon.
You got something else for the giveaway?
No?
Yes, you say one hat.
Yes, somebody call.
But at that
we got
time,
next shirt, man.
call with 610-4770. You have to call out a Guiga. You win one shirt. You might win one hat. WCS, the shirt they're nice.
This is small, this is a nice one.
This is what you call strictly for Guiga giveaway right now.
Get it, you know.
Coming from WCS. You show everything?
Yes.
You show everything?
Yes.
Alright.
And this at the back.
Only Guiga could win right now.
Alright. This is our new design. Ted Glover's Reef.
Alright, we lose that call. Let's just call back. Stress out the thing. Good morning, WB.
Good morning.
Yeah?
Morning.
Yes, I'm calling to win a t-shirt.
You the call for what?
Win the t-shirt?
You want the shirt or the cap?
You want to win the shirt or the hat?
Oh, the shirt.
The shirt.
I only have medium left though here.
What's your name?
Francisca Sabal.
Francisca Sabal. You the call from the same house that you site?
Oh, no, I can't follow clan.
Falia clan, okay.
Francisca Sabao.
Francisca, you're gonna clear, come out of the park.
This
We
one
fair
I did.
all day today, the Ali Benny Park, go to the WCS booth,
Yes.
and I got your thing right there.
I'll try to decide which one and I have to give away, I like this one.
No, you can't hold on to nothing.
One for me, I pay for this.
Oh.
I'll try to fight it me on the horn. Anyway.
No, the whole half on the thing, you know,
I'll
this.
make them choose over there too, right?
No, the whole half on the thing, you know. Okay, so we got one more giveaway
One more
from
giveaway.
WCS. We got this hot link way.
Again. Go
Yeah.
back to the back. WCS.
So, you have to keep it strictly for Guiga?
Yes.
Strictly for Guiga right now. For the watch, you have to listen. Call way. You're gone clear.
I have on the green. This can't fit for my
WUB, good morning.
Morning, boy.
Morning.
I want to win the shirt.
You want to win the shirt? No,
Only
but
the hat left.
shirt, they hot. What's your name?
Karima.
Karima? Karima what? Martinez. Karima, what part of Guiga you there? Harlem.
Which one are they?
Which one of the hot there you want? You want the green or the khaki?
I want the khaki one.
The khaki one. Well, Karima just come out earlier in the park. We fair today. All day, enough information, enough interaction, enough information and good stuff. So you're gonna clear, come for your hot WCS booth.
Alright then, thanks.
Alright. You think we gonna lock in and tune in?
Well, you made a question it, you know, not me.
I mean, I just put the question if it's make them prove me, you know?
Prove you wrong.
Yes. Yes, Miss Bonetta, before we go, somebody still try to win something and I'm forgetting the bad news. WUB, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
I can't win a cap.
I should have given my cap, you know.
Yeah, I think you should because it shows perseverance and determination.
I would have it.
Hey! Then language you no good. Then language you improper.
Cut off?
Because you use bad words.
Okay.
You may get it hot, right?
Yeah.
But you use bad word
You
while
could
on.
wrap up phone and call back.
No. You never quarrel out. Right at the park
You're
thing.
not quarreling with me.
Go to WCS. Hello. Alright, not the talk. Final words, Miss Bonetta. Fisher. Fisher woman. You're a fisher. Equal to any man.
I want to get used to say fisher woman.
Fisher
when
woman.
we go in a meeting, they only have fishermen.
They don't say fisher woman.
Yeah, so we have fisher folks then.
Yeah.
They're used to fisher folks.
Yeah.
Because girl and man in a
Not discriminate.
Yes, man.
Alright. Final words for Reef Week. Des
Come out to the
representing.
fair today. I may have a list of sponsors I'm supposed to mention, but anyway.
It really happened. Just,
At
yeah.
Benny Park, we will have a short opening ceremony, and the students from Golusi Primary School, right here in Dangriga, will be representing, you know, the national anthem in Garifuna. Always sung better than the real thing, right? They'll be here, and we have a couple of folks who'll be doing some presentations, but we'll be there until 3 o'clock this afternoon, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. And we have some nice prizes to give away if you attend. You just might be lucky. Be sure to visit WCS's booth. I don't have no number for it, but they're right there, so. Just look for the blue, green, and aqua balloons. Actually, the best looking booth you look for, and that's a free booth, right? We'll be having a lot of information to share with you, some of what we just mentioned this morning about our different initiatives, and so we invite you to come out. On behalf of WCS, Happy Reef Week.
Happy Reef Week, Des Bonetta, original fisher woman. Not take your eye off and think take her lightly. Because she going on enough for sand for coral. In fact, he going on there maybe say a poem and then come back up. About that. Don't play with her. Alright, we're going to take a break. We got a lot of action. We got delayed a bit, but we're going to try through. Got a lot of guests coming away. Don't move. This is Reef Week, WUB, straight out of Griga.
School and high school.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Yeah, so I could throw there, I think, yeah. Without that, yeah. Did that, maybe get home soon, the Anglican.
You ready? You ready? Are we ready? Do we have Are you start La Ruta Maya, Chulus?
Yep.
And take it for you.
It was a whole. At first, it would go too fast. So and the organizers was all about the money part of it. So
They forget why you started La Ruta Maya.
Yeah.
and then after the sixth year, just even the organizers couldn't handle it. So I stepped out, came back in once in a while, and now it's really completely out there.
7 more ads.
The bunkers. It's just a race now.
It's just a race.
No importance to
They clean up the environment.
the environment, no importance to the history and culture that. I mean, the importance and the importance of the river to Belize. 80% of Belize depends on the Belize River, and so it has all of those connotations to it. But
I partake in it one year. I was sponsored by PAC, where I came behind in a boat to do some cleanup, but that was cool job. That was cool job for me.
And one of the big problems with
Wagwan, sir.
Nice guy. I love you, man.
Bless up, right?
Once you alright?
Respect. Respect.
That's I'm not going to act up that much.
All right.
That's good enough. Hold on, how tell you guys up? I didn't know. No, I know.
one of the problems that we encountered with the whole organization they focus on the people itself.
No. And neither on the river, because they don't do anything to clean the river. Only the UB try to do some cleanup on the banks, but not in the river. When I followed the Ruta Maya, I only had two vessels, and the river you couldn't even clean not even a mile of the river, not even if you try. And even the paddlers when they throw things into the river.
The event now become one contaminating process to the river.
Yes. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And the thing is, I think it focuses on most events that we organize in Belize. They forget that aspect. It's like, don't worry, I got even political events. Oh, I got somebody cleaning up tomorrow. Or we don't carry garbage drums.
No.
I make people load them. And we forget that concept.
No consciousness.
I was at 2 weeks ago at the Spanish Cookout Expo. There were probably 100 drums. And every half an hour they had a group of people come in, pack it up, put in new bags, and move on. By the time the event finished, that place was like nothing happened.
Professional. Just that event happened at the US. They have student cleanup crews.
It's a mindset. It's an approach to living. And you know it's rough because it takes comprehensive commitment to kind of realign the way we approach doing things, the kind of precision we require just to do a small event, the way we approach something, you know.
And you know what are the biggest, well, in my section?
We come to Griga, we there since Monday. And we the big up Griga. And then can't come clean this and put this away. We can't burn it. My brother here calling
Every day.
every day. All this there, look on all it, but all of this have to be in our shot.
Yeah.
Everywhere down the stretch, all this to that. Okay.
No, but,
There's a few then that maybe they are serving a network that they perceive to be at odds with. And we don't want they look good, but that network, they're not your tongue.
exactly.
They boost your tongue. So you could put aside whatever the differences you hold on to and say, yo, we want to look good.
But they came there yesterday. When they were doing the little cleanup in Aleho Benny.
Yeah.
They came there.
Came to the park.
Yes, I pick up whatever.
What was at the park?
Then they not
And they not touch this.
But it's exactly that concept of they can't see farther than what they are involved in. I mean, you're right. I mean, who wouldn't want to see their town beautiful, especially how no matter who is here.
You ready? Yeah, the fish help lot.
Breeze, they get strong up.
Then kill you, boy. Then kill you when you start just now. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome back, WB Wakeability's Morning Vibes. It's Friday morning, 16th of March, 2018. Live from beautiful Dangriga. This is WB Wakeability's Morning Vibes celebrating Reef Week 2018. We've been here since Monday. We started transmitting on Tuesday morning. This is our last morning. We are celebrating, of course, Reef Week 2018 under the theme Our Reef Rocks. Protect it, don't neglect it. We want to give thanks to our sponsors, of course, Oceana Road Safety Projects, Big Men Teach campaign, as well as Westrack and Scotia Bank. Those are our sponsors. We also want to take this time to just thank all the organizers who are behind Reef Week, because you know Reef Week is not just here in Dangriga. In fact, it's really been occurring around the country, as many organizations have really organized various activities, whether in Belize City, in Corozal, in Punta Gorda, Toledo, in Cayo, in Belmopan, in the Keys. It's been happening countrywide. And today, of course, it climaxes with Reef Fair inside the Alejo Beni Park. So we really invite you to check that out. Right now, we want to pay respect to where we've been staying, the place that has been hosting us in Dangriga, Tuwani Garifuna Resort. And joining me for a short while is the proprietor of that establishment, former mayor Dangriga, in fact, Major Gilbert Swazo is here. Good morning, Major. Good having you on the show, man.
I
want folks to know that I didn't know that this was Major's establishment. So we were just kind of fishing around to see who would partner with us, and then we got a partner. And only when I arrived, I realized, well, Major, you didn't tell me that you actually went into a little bit of tourism as well.
Well, it is something that happened, I would want to say by default, and with intent, with good intent, to ensure that Dangriga, the culture capital, is what it is, the real culture capital. Because several times when people would come to Dangriga, having this high expectation, we are coming to Dangriga, the culture capital. And when you want to get a Garifuna cuisine, you would have to go and pre-organize.
Ever know somebody?
Right, you have to know somebody at Dangriga who will then prepare to cook that Garifuna cuisine for you. Now, we came in and filled that void, right? We bridged that gap there. Rightly so. So we are now providing every day. We open from 7 in the morning to, in most cases, 10 o'clock, and there are occasions that we go to 12 o'clock. And you can get Garifuna cuisine anytime once we are open.
I want to say a thank you on behalf of our organization and our efforts to have partnered with us. The crew has absolutely enjoyed staying. It's not a 5-floor hotel, but the rooms are extremely comfortable, well kept, AC down if that is your choice. But what we remember the most, of course, the ambience, seaside is great. We saw just an amazing sunrise this morning. People were just stopping, taking photographs in front here. But what we remember the most, truth be told, is how we were fed. What we ate while we were here. I mean, it was on a daily basis just a feast, what you would expect if you're coming to Dangriga. And you know, that was just what was just stand out extraordinary for us.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that as a Garifuna man, and in the Garifuna culture, we welcome our brothers, we welcome our sisters. And every time you welcome a brother and a sister, the intent is that we share. We share the love, and sharing, as part of sharing that love is certainly to share what we are, what we represent, our value system. And our food is part and parcel of our value system. We have this belief that our boom, nugie boom, I for you, you for me. And that is encompassing. It means that I am for the nature, nature for me. So if I don't take care of nature, then I won't expect nature to give me back for my sustenance in any way or form. If I don't take care of my brother, how can I expect my brother to take care of me when I'm also in need? If I don't take care of my community, then my community will not be able to take care of me. So it's a fundamental value in Garifuna, and we try to portray that in what we do here in Dangriga, what we do here in Tuani Garifuna. So I'm happy that you have enjoyed our hospitality and continue to enjoy our hospitality.
Yes, your staff has been amazing. Last night, the drumming and the dancing was, I said, no, it's March though, it's not November. Well, it was rich.
This is what Tuani Garifuna comes to represent. It is, in my humble view, a cultural center where you should be able to immerse yourself in a cultural, rich, traditional family environment. And we have it saying that, oh, come immerse yourself in a culturally, family-friendly environment. That is what we try to live. That is Garifuna Duo, and that is what we want to share with the entire world.
It's beautiful, and in fact I was surprised because every time I was telling people who wanted to come link with us at Tuani Garifuna. I don't know where that is. I don't know where that is. You're telling me that this enterprise just got started last year?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's brand new and has already developed a very well-defined niche, a well-defined vibe and flavor. It's obviously a lot of work went into figuring out what the formula was going to be.
Yes. Well, the thing is that from a long time, I am of the firm view, and people around me as well, are of this view that we must be stakeholders in the tourism industry. But this is not necessarily for the tourism industry. This is for Dangriga. This is for the community. Right? If the tourism industry join hands with us, then that is important. We firmly believe that if we are to be the true culture capital, then we must do what is necessary to ensure that our brothers and sisters benefit from this. Now, if you let me just expound on that. From the time we are open, we added additional revenue into this town by buying more plantain, because you need plantain to make kudut, both green and ripe. You need faluma, the coconut, to be able to have that rich food, right? That is organic, because you don't want to use the powder, right? So we grate coconut every day. We don't use not for stamp or grace or anybody, right? We don't use no powdered milk or no milk that comes in any can. We grate with coconut every day, Moses, right? Fish. We have been buying fish from our fishers right here in Dangriga. So we have generated and spread the love.
Let it be said that I don't eat nothing else for Sunday, for we land Monday. The fish morning, fish in the afternoon, fish the night.
Yeah.
Steam down, fry up, okra style. I really, you know, they say breeze blow pelican, same place where you want to go.
Yes,
that's an old saying, and I tell you that this is a classic case of that.
But we have comes too, you know.
But I don't reach there.
Yeah.
I don't reach there, Major.
Yeah.
But I think what has also been a great for us is the conversations we've had, because I think just looking at the fact that it's Reef Week, you've been able to show and make the point of just how much more exists as far as opportunities for Dangriga to be organized in a way to take advantage of just the natural wealth that surrounds it.
Yes. I mean, when you look at what we have available, Dangriga has, I think, the largest coast with beach. And that seems to not be used by our Dangrigana as much as possible. But it is available for us, and we are complacent. And we are also seeing how in a couple days the beach that we have is eroding in front of our very eyes in the last 2 or 3 days. So we need to be conscious of what we have and use it for our economic development, because we can. We ought not to expect anyone or any Moses, right?
No Messiah.
No Messiah. We can't expect Moses to come for someone else and lead us to our economic development in any way or form. We have to start and take some small steps, right? As the Chinese proverb says, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. And in terms of us getting economic sustenance, economic stability, we have to be participants, and we must not be afraid to take that step. We have with Tongpea, we have Jetipea, we have the great Caribbean Sea in front of us. God gave us, Dangriga, all this wealth, and we must use it. And if we don't use it, I believe that's sacrilege, that we supposed to get whipped because we are not using the resources that we have available to us. And it is still as pristine, and the efforts that all the organizations are doing to ensure that the reef remain as pristine as is, we need to join hands with those organizations. And in our little way here at Tuani, we are keeping our bit of the beach clean, and that has been clean, and you have seen every day we clean our beach here, right? And we try to keep our food as organic as possible to also ensure that we are one and in harmony with what nature has to offer us.
For the benefit of those people who know that the only place they're going to try to get into when they come to Griga, how do you make contact with Tuani Garifuna?
Okay, we have a Facebook, Tuani Garifuna Facebook. We have a phone number which is 502-287. We also have a cell which is 672 R287. Those are the 3 different mediums that we have at this time that you can contact us. And certainly, I do have my personal phone number, which is 670-8297. That's the number that I have for over 15 years. It has not changed.
And so somebody want hear you give a specific directions as how to reach to one, and I left that to you because you know yesterday one certain colleague of mine gave me directions to reach their house. I couldn't figure out whether I left or whether I right.
Well,
I don't want to call no name.
Okay, let me say that a point of reference, drums of our father. The next point of reference is the Havana Bridge. Everybody's supposed to know Havana Bridge. Then you continue to proceed up north. And another point of reference is the Eleho Beni Park. I think everybody should know where Eleho Beni Park is. And once you know where Eleho Beni Park is, you come right of Eleho Beni or you head south, and Tuwani Garifuna is the 3rd building, right? Green, yellow, you can't miss it. And you can't miss the Garifuna flag there with the fly.
Several.
Good. Several Garifuna colors, right? And occasionally, you will see a white pickup with a yellow and black stripe as well too. Right?
And if the Friday evening or...
You're here so drumming. And if that's Sunday, you're here drumming too. Right? So this is all part and parcel of what we try to do. Right? We are community minded, and we believe that Tuwani is an integral part of this community, and Garifuna though is an integral part of the culture capital, and you are welcome to join us here at Tuwani Garifuna anytime.
And if over the Easter break, I imagine you have all kind of thing planned for the Easter break.
Well, you know, boss, right?
I know how the thing going on.
Yes, bud.
All right.
So we continue to have the ITAL, and we do invite everyone to come join us and immerse in a cultural, friendly, family environment. Tuwani Garifuna.
And I want to tell to people who live in Griga here that to miss an evening of drumming at Tuwani is to miss something huge. I mean, the vibes last evening was amazing. I'll tell you that the people who came out, it was truly a really amazing experience. Because you know that man got a bed early, you know,
yes,
Major.
Yes. But yeah, you stayed out last night.
I couldn't go in.
Yep. And I say, young lady, make a time for put you on the dance floor.
Well, you know, listen to me. Listen to me. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the dance. They had 10 minutes come this morning, but
yeah, they come, and they will be doing the same drumming again tonight. Right?
All right.
Starting at 7 and we're going up to midnight.
Yeah.
Right? And then we also do it on Sunday, where we start at 3 o'clock, go ahead all up to 8 o'clock.
And let me be fair, that even though the low night we eat when we're there, the man kitchen is versatile. Because you got wings and chicken fingers and you know that kind of thing there. But we strictly out of the water. Strictly.
Yeah, strictly out of the water. What we do is that while we specialize, we call ourselves the Garifuna cuisine specialists. Right? But we also offer other Caribbean and other cuisines. Right? But we specialize and focus on the Garifuna cuisine. But as you said, we are versatile, and we invite people, everyone, Balisina, Dangrigana, Grigas Lugas Sumubo, Guat Hayabigo, right? Mabigo home.
And the staff again, the staff, he chose his staff very well. I think I never put that for you. Major Swazo believes we'll take a break when we come back. We've got more. It's a full morning. We had a little bit of an interruption, had some other issues. We've resolved it. Reef Fair is happening in the next hour or so. It's right here for Grigalesians to come and enjoy Aliho Beni Park. You don't want to miss out on that, okay? Stick around. We've got more Reef Week WB.
Right, Sarah Memos, Sarah Balis. Thank you, sir. Oops. Yeah. Unhook you.
have a seat here for me, no? Yeah. And your shirt? No, no. This one. This one.
All right.
I got you.
¿Pueden usarlo? No, no va a salir. Atrás de la computadora. Cabal, ¿sí ve? Move the. Oh no, you have to.
Come on, pick up all of it. Pick up all of it. Yeah.
A Spanish Code te voy a mandar, cabrón.
Mr. Luis Garcia. How we stand? You ready?
So things have been, boys.
You know how you go, man.
Yeah.
You know what bricks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Recycled?
Interlocking blocks here.
From recycled stuff? It was. Thank you.
This is made out of recycled glass with clay and cement to hold it back. That one is testing with plastic, crushed plastic. That one is full glass.
Have you gotten tax incentives for this business already?
We tried and somebody diverted it to styrofoam.
Really?
Yeah, we were fighting to get tax incentives for these products, and they gave they zero rated the styrofoam, not us.
Zero rated the styrofoam. Yeah. We got to hit up your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time for you order my breakfast, here where I want. Johnny cake, along with some beans.
Absurd.
And fish. You hear me, sir? Cliff Oceana, I invited you to the drumming last night. You never want to come, you know? Yes, they think that we may invite them and I want to leave that thing, you see? You never know you saw me the rock last night. Watch out, we up on 4 this morning. Anybody put up equipment at 5. Miss Brittany, Johnny cake, beans, and he snapper. You heard? And remember, I order first, so.
Well, I don't know, no.
You cool.
Yeah, but that's right, Neha. Tuesday and Wednesday. They do a project there. Couldn't find fish. No fish.
Yeah, it's
A few years ago, I met a lady who owns a restaurant in Placencia. The Thursday before Easter, they buy fish at Belmopan from Placencia.
We got here, then have to.
They make sure that.
We got here, then have to. I'm not afraid to go inside, you know. I'm not afraid to go inside.
Yeah, I'm taking over the company right now. I'm taking over the company, and still have investors in it, but we're trying to really grab the company and move it to a higher level. It's coming along, but it's.
We think the sense that our campaign we're going to start our anti-styrofoam campaign coming out of conservation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
that plastic bag too?
That's been out of corn. Starch. Everything here is all starch, biodegradable. So if you leave it there in that dirt, it starts the process and it turns into dirt. I mean, it's fully compostable. So it's just not only providing the alternative, but we try to see where we could do with what we already have on the garbage that is floating around. I mean, but politically, decisions are made.
But isn't Mr. Figueroa a very progressive man?
He talks pretty in the conservation part, but time for action, he has to go through his political. Like for example, we discussed with him an idea of picking up all the plastic in a blaze and bringing it and making, melting it to paste and doing stuff. Explain to him what all we want to do. He grab a couple of corners, down in Mexico and see how it's done. Come back, get money from government, do nothing with it. Things like so. It's hard to share information when there's not the. I mean, you share information. The extra sincerity is about how they could grab a little extra cash. That way really hurts. In all of this, we're doing zero funding, zero incentives, everything. It's just all my research is personal and working with other groups, but not necessarily. And it's sad because solid waste management, for example, when we were building that national plan, I tell them, stop waste time and money in our landfill. Landfill that a thing of the past. We could very easily put in a synergas production, more food. put a garbage processing system and produce energy. And it's easy and simple to do. Investment $2 million. What they invested in our landfill? Yeah, exactly. So, dude, it doesn't. But with a system like this, it's very hard to give a crony or a contract. So politically, it doesn't make sense to them. Those are the issues. No? Erosion control at beaches. I have a company we do some work with that are doing excellent work in Progreso and up in the Quintana Roo and Yucatan area. All they wanted for making somebody host them and they would have come to do an analysis and present something to do. Not even that we get. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. This is our last morning in Danguiga, and we've got a full morning of guests for you. We've been here since Tuesday morning, bringing you Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, celebrating Week 3 2018. at this moment in time, I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Mr. Luis Garcia. He is representing Eco-Friendly as the man in charge. And for those who don't know what Eco-Friendly is, Luis, tell us about it.
Thanks a lot, Rose, and I envy you for enjoying so much fish.
Boy, that's something for envy me both.
Yes. Eco-Friendly Solutions is a company that started over 10 years in Belize, and pretty much just testing the grounds of where we can move on with offering alternatives to the products that are destroying our environment. The products that are destroying our rivers, our sea, our reef, plastic and styrofoam, and also wastewater. So we started with that initiative, and we came up with these products, which are made out of starch, corn, cucumber, cassava, and pretty much these are corn based. These are products that are made for eco-friendly solutions. We rent a factory, a tea factory in China for the production of the product. When we started, we were selling a container, a 20-foot container every 3 years. Now we are doing a container every 4 months. So people are catching on. It's taken over 10 years.
Not
good business. But it's moving on. Now this
sacrifice to
it's a
10 years.
That's right. And now this product, for example, we don't recommend it for littering, but this product goes to you can actually compost it. So it doesn't have to go to the landfill, or if it goes to the landfill, it turns back into dirt. If it ends up in the environment, which we hope it doesn't, but if it does, after 3 months, it turns into dirt. So that's the product that we offer. We offer the plates, we offer bags. All the bags are full out of starch, and they are very strong bags too.
The thing to point out is what the cost is, what the alternative and the cost of the alternative is. While it might be a little bit better in the short run, long-term consequences of the amount of waste that we are creating that is not biodegradable, it harms everything, everyone, everywhere. And eventually, many of the things that will affect you, that will cost you, will be caused by the stuff that we are throwing away.
And that is the reason why we need to get our policymakers involved in this movement, and not just as a business, because my plates are actually, in some cases, 50 cents more expensive than styrofoam. And that makes it, for a rice and beans vendor, kind of like, they got into my business. But at the long term, what you mentioned is, for example, if we look at the long term, the amount of money we spend in transferring garbage from the transfer stations to the landfills, the processing of the landfills, all of that can be eliminated by using these products and actually building a synagas machine at the transfer station and producing energy for the city.
You mentioned about how our policymakers have to be sold on what the long-term benefits are going to be for us to operate in an environmentally friendly manner. They have to know what the cost to the environment is for styrofoam and all the different things that we are using that are not biodegradable. We can't, with one voice, in one face, say that we love the environment, we love the reef. It's so much a part of our economic livelihood, while being so dismissive or indifferent about the things which are hurting and harming the reef. I think that it speaks to a kind of schizophrenic kind of approach. You love the environment, but you don't mind the things that hurt the environment.
It's also institutional. For example, our universities, our high schools, we all have environmental clubs. We have natural resource management. We have environmental science. We have all of these environmental courses, and none of the schools have a policy anti-styrofoam or plastic. So it's like, I'm going to teach you how to protect the environment, but we're going to show you how to do it. And those are the things that we're trying to get into, where let's stop talk and let's start action.
Now, if you're a hotelier, if you're a restaurant, is eco-friendly available to come in and make presentations and talk about how we can work and create a kind of sustainable partnership?
Definitely. At this time we have a program, and that's why I brought this sort of stuff, is that we would like to work right now with the hotels and the resorts, because that's the market that we have. The biggest market we have right now is the tourism sector. So what we are offering is, we come to your resort or a hotel, we offer you our products, we show you what they are. We also offer environmentally friendly cleaning products. So we would show your staff how to use these products in a more sustainable way that will save you money and and protect the environment. While we do that, we also do wastewater treatment. So we would look at do analysis of your septic tank, how we can turn that into a treatment plant that you will then be able to reuse the water in gardening. And whenever you become a client of ours, we go down, we deliver the products to you, and on our way back, we then take back your waste cooking oil, we take back all your glass, and we take back all your plastic, hard plastics right now. And we take that back, and what we do is we recycle the waste cooking oil. We run our trucks with waste cooking oil.
Really?
So they smell like fried chicken, but they drive good. So we sometimes have dogs following us all around. But our trucks run with waste cooking oil. Then we grab the glass, and we're crushing glass right now. We are testing. This is one of our blocks that we made with plastic. We have some pavers. We also, with plastic, what we're doing is we're building a machine that will dehydrate it into a paste, and we're going to build molds, so we could build chairs out of all recycled plastic. That's the second phase of the project. Glass, we're crushing glass and we're making it into blocks, and we're making it into bricks. If you want to have an excellent oven, brick oven, we can build that for you with glass and clay. And that thing will be real. I mean, it holds the heat very good. So we are testing around what we can do. We are in the solid waste part. We also crush cans, which we can offer to construction people, so that it's used instead of being dumped into a landfill that's going to cost a lot of money to maintain. We can reuse a lot of our waste. We can reuse it into something productive.
And how can folks get in touch with eco-friendly solutions?
Well, we are at mile 4 on the George Price Highway. That's where our base is. We're going to start actually a crushing facility there as well for glass. We're based there, but we travel all over the country. We are transforming a lot of the septic tanks into treatment systems. We are also working in energy conservation projects. So we are involved in all the eco part of it, and we have partnered a lot with different other companies doing like solar water heating, solar energy. We partner with them, and we can offer a full base.
So what's your phone number?
It's 222-5082. We are on Facebook at the Eco-Friendly Solutions. Please contact us. We will get back to you. Or you want to join part of the recycling program? We will love to make more people participate. Even schools, we're trying to get them involved. And there's also this, and I mentioned that we need the policymakers involved, but we also want to look at that. Everybody thinks that the whole environmental thing should be a social event. And yes, we should include the social partners involved, but when you try to make it too social, like including too much small organizations in the whole process, then it becomes a very expensive venture. So what we want to do is we want to be able to see how we can tie in the schools in they doing their separating of garbage and the collection, and pretty much that's as far as we are going with it. And we would like to then later on bring them into now the crushing and building molds for whatever they want to do.
It's great. It's very ahead of its time, unfortunately. 10 years ahead of its time, apparently. It's just kind of gaining some traction, but and I imagine the media has a part to play, because the message and the consciousness that's required to create behavioral change it can't be a one night stand. It can't be just one moment you're going to talk about it and then that's it.
It's my whole thing about it. When I mention institutions, it's for example, Earth Day is coming and everybody wants to do something for Earth Day. The Ruta Maya, everybody talks about the river for 4 days, and then the river just is trashed and left abandoned. And so we do 1 day of that awareness, and then it dies off. The whole idea is how do we continue going, and how we continue joining research, how we continue creating awareness, how we continue actually changing our lifestyles. How much of us still would use a market bag to go shopping? We still go to the shop empty-handed and we bring back home 15 plastic bags. So changing your lifestyle to becoming more eco is actually one of the ways that we need to change. Another thing when I mentioned plastic bags, Moses, is that we are in our research right now. We were able to cultivate a fungus that actually eats out plastic bags. So we will be able to compost plastic bags with the zero residue of oil. So that should be coming on stream probably in September.
Great work, man. Good having you on, man.
Thank you very much.
Respect.
Nice to
see. We take a break and then we come back. We've got Oceana in the house.
All right.
Hey, good man, good. You got my number, man? Cause
Yeah.
610-4770. That's yours. 610-4770.
Another one is 615-7718.
615-7718.
And with this blocks, the actual, now that we have it mastered, anybody can build. You know, because all you do is you interlock them together like this. And just breathe yourself. It's like a Lego.
Oh,
You can
nice.
build your own fence and everything. And just go.
You have to put
Yeah, you put the foundation.
yeah.
From there you just put it like that, and then you could make it double if you want.
Oh, that's so
It's like a
cool.
Lego.
And how much fabric?
We are actually working on, we're gonna, by Tuesday we should have now the actual prices on them. Because we didn't cast the factor of the collection and crushing of glass, but we're gonna put that into.
This is similarly made of
These are all glass.
Sure.
Cement. These are like excellent for breaking for
Right there?
for
Or-
anything but excellent for ovens.
Okay, sure.
It's a heat really good.
All right, thanks. You use a mic instead? Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. Uh-huh. Better. Sir, how close?
We were meeting some of this fish earlier. Sunfly with the water. Test. Testing.
Good? Can you hear me? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah,
hear
good
me?
up, good up.
Test. Testing, can you hear me? Okay.
I'm waiting there with I think I need breakfast first.
The team looks smaller and smaller as they get close to 9, no? I said the team looks smaller and smaller as they get close to 9 o'clock. Just serious, she want all them plastics out of the background.
Yeah. It's me? I forget on the positions, you know. No worry about it. And this is my sister.
I dropped the E after my name because I'm not the boy version, right?
Justine?
Yeah, Justine and Justin.
J and J. It's Gomez, right, Jacinta?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. It's Friday morning and we're nearly done, but we're not done. Because we saved the best for last, right? We've got Oceana in the house at this point in time to join us. We have Justine Nicholas and Jacinta Gomez, both from Oceana, here to tell us about Reef Week 2018. Oceana in the house.
Good morning, Belize. What a great way to end off WB in Dangriga.
Exactly.
I was just telling Mose, this is the best studio I've ever seen, right on the beach.
The best air circulation.
Listen, it's the most luxurious studio you can have, really. Very expensive. It took a long while to design this studio. Seaside in Dangriga. What's Oceana been up to for Reef Week?
A lot. Justine, you could run through the whole week for us.
Yeah, so we're one of the organizing committee members for Reef Week. We had 7 signature events this year. It's our 5th year, as I understand it, 5th year doing Reef Week. Each year we launch under a theme, and this year's theme is Our Reef Rocks, Protect It, Don't Neglect It. Like I said, 7 signature events. We started with a launch event last week Friday on March 9th, where we invited committee members and the business community to sign on to the Year of the Reef Declaration. That declaration had us come together as a community to endorse reducing single-use plastic, sustainable fishing practices, and to support the research that better manages our marine ecosystem. So that was really cool. We had the Council of Churches endorse it and sign on. We had our 13 sponsors come on and sign on. And we just had like the wider Reef Week committee members, which come from all over Belize. So that was really nice to have. Including Krem. We had to bribe Mose leave it, just to leave it to come out. But he was there. We have pictures of Moses signed on, so it's documented. Outside of that event, we, for the first time, we partnered with Belikin La Ruta Maya to highlight the race's Ridge to Reef concept, and that was nice. We also had a cleanup along the 4-day race. Outside of that, Oceana had the Ride to the Reef from Belmopan to Belize City. We had the Reef Swim from Goss Key to English Key. We had a Lionfish Derby happening in Dangriga last week. Krem, big up to Krem as one of our media partners. They came down in Dangriga from Monday night. Was it from Monday night?
Actually, Monday afternoon.
From Monday afternoon, and we're cutting the holiday short. So, Wake Up Belize Live, as people have noticed, they changed studios for all of this week for Reef Week. And we ended it off with today, you know, with the Reef Fair at the Alejo Beni Park. So that's Reef Week in a nutshell.
One bit of bad news. It's a small kunku piece of bad news. Kunku. It's actually the 6th year of Reef Week.
6th year.
So
okay.
First Reef Week, this is how I know it's definitely 6. First Reef Week, we were in Belize City. Second Reef Week, we were in Key Corker.
Third, 6 locations.
Yes, and in sequence. Third Reef Week, we were in Hopkins. Fourth Reef Week, we were in Sartineja. Fifth Reef Week, we were in Punta Gorda. Sixth Reef Week, we were in Dangriga. Just make you know.
So, make a follow up with that. Where you think Reef Week 2019 want to take us? You want to be the first committee member to throw in?
Want to vote?
Throw out the idea. Make we hear one time.
No. I don't want any community to believe that I'm against it. I want to do that behind closed doors.
Played that political. I like it.
You like it? Very smooth. Very smooth. Yeah, that's a confidential vote, man. You know, my vote is confidential.
It's a democracy. Wherever the committee decides we're going, we're going.
That's how the thing's set up now.
As Justine was mentioning, it is the year of the reef. So this is really a great year to be celebrating our Belize Barrier Reef.
Exactly.
We've had a lot to celebrate this year. So for Belize and for Belizeans on a whole, I feel that this year is definitely special with the passing of the Petroleum Operations Maritime Zone Act late last year. And we've had some movement on the gill nets as well, with the ministry announcing a task force.
Right.
So that's the most movement we've had on gill nets in a while for an issue that has been festering for over 2 decades, really. You know, fishermen have been asking for a ban on gill nets. So we're making progress in the conservation community and for Belize on a whole, and I think it really helps to helps the morale, you know.
Positive thinking.
Yes, I feel happy today, you know, even though we're ending Reef Week, I feel like we're ending it with a bang in Dangriga, Grigadan. What? At a rhyme now and all, you see? Lyrics. No, but really, I think as Belizeans, we should be proud. I mean...
You really like this studio, Jacinta. This is as comfortable as I've ever seen you on the WB.
It come with practice, I guess.
Yeah,
and the sound of the waves, for sure.
It helps.
Definitely.
No, but I think Jazz touched on something that, like, we're ending Reef Week off with a bang. We had our sponsors and media partners jump in and really help us to promote Reef Week as something that you stay reef-minded all year long. It's not just these 7 days that we try to celebrate it, because celebrating the reef and the water and the animals, it's something as Belizean as it gets, you know?
I like that phrase, reef-minded.
Yeah.
I like that.
use it all week on social media.
Yeah, I like that. I like the phrase. I like the phrase. Reef-minded.
And I think it really helps to see, I mean, at the launch event, we had Eco-Friendly was there. We had different, you know, Belizean entrepreneurs really showcasing their innovative ways of, you know, using recycled materials in their products and being very innovative and, you know, showcasing products that benefit our reef. For example, the bamboo straws were a hit last week. I got so many messages on my Instagram, like, where are those? How can I get those in my restaurant? So it just goes to show that Belizeans, you know, when we have options, we do, you know, we're willing to make that choice.
They sold on to it very quickly. And bamboo straws, that group will be out here at the Reef Fair. So if you guys want to make the trip, if you're not in the Dangraga area, or if you are and you want to come out, you know, Alejo Beni Park seems pretty central to the Dangraga town, so come on out because bamboo straws will be there, Eco-Friendly will be there, sea glass jewelry will also be there. So take a look at just some of the alternative greener options that you could buy into, and you buy and you support local, and that's even better to endorse, you know.
Talking about Alejo Beni Park, which we are sitting and we can see right stone throw away from where we are positioned. What's going to be the reason for people to come out to the park today?
So we have most of our committee members are going to be here with educational booths. Like I mentioned, you have local businesses selling green alternatives. We'll have local food to showcase. We'll have the winner of the fish fry from the Lionfish Derby that went on yesterday here selling food. We'll also have members of the Dangraga Town Council, Councillor Lopez and Councillor Joseph, talk about why the reef and the sea and that economy is important to Dangraga Town. We'll also have a member of the Ministry of Education from down in Dangraga to say the same thing, because we're promoting the fair as an educational fair for family and for kids. We're inviting all the school children in the Dangraga area to come on out. So they're going to talk about their love for it, why it's important to the Dangraga community, and they're actually going to sign on to the declaration to endorse. So we're really excited to have that presence and that support for the initiative.
And so that is from 10 today until 3?
10 to 3.
All right.
And we're going to have fun.
And we're going to have fun. We have activities for the kids and adults. So come on out.
And Junimar tell me, I can't 2 artists show up and do all these things. Junimar, big up yourself. Yeah. Got a full life, big up yourself. Listen, so there will be a little bit of that.
A little bit of that too.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
If you've never eaten lionfish, we strongly encourage you to come on out. We'll have some lionfish vendors out here cooking up a nice fish fry. And speaking of the gill nets, you know, when we talk to fishermen, and it's only a handful of fishermen that actually use gill nets. And you know, we know that the snapper and the grouper are heavily pressured in Belize. So when we talk about alternative livelihoods and transitioning those fishermen to alternative gears, it's not only gears that we're talking about, it's also species like the lionfish, right. You know, using the lionfish, trying to fish them out. And there's a huge market for that in the States as well. In 2016, Whole Foods actually announced that they'll be putting lionfish on their shelves. I believe they're buying it for $25 for a pound of lionfish, which is, I mean, it's something we could tap into in Belize, where we know we have, you know, the supply. It's just to figure out how to get it there. So definitely a great way to promote lionfish today. If you've never tried it, we strongly encourage you to come out. It's delicious. Tastes just like, it tastes better to me actually than any other fish. So
yeah, and they're serving it so many different ways.
It tastes good.
Ceviche, and you can have a conversation with some of these cooks as to how they actually cook with it, how versatile it is, and what it pairs with well. So come on out.
I would even say it tastes very good.
It tastes very good.
Had it this week?
I haven't had any.
Okay.
But I concede that it tastes very good.
It tastes very good, but knowing that...
At the stop short of Jacinta's declaration that it tastes better than all the other fishes.
It tastes very good, but knowing that
that's kind of like...
knowing that you're doing something to protect the Belize Barrier Reef makes it taste better.
An argument can be made. An argument can be made.
I think
for sure. I think one of the things we have to also say about Reef Week is that there's so many different activities taking place countrywide.
Exactly.
All the organizations having something to do that it's impossible to really capture every angle the way Reef Week is celebrated each year, but we know that it is a national celebration of the reef, and not only coastal communities but inland as well.
Inland as well. I think that's really special about it. I think it's one of the largest initiatives to have that many events happening countrywide, so you don't feel the pressure to come out to just one of the signature events, look for something happening in your community because it is, you know, something's happening nearby. This year I counted a little bit over 55 events happening from Corozal, communities in Corozal all the way down to PG, and some events happening today outside of the Reef Fair for the groups that couldn't, for the NGO groups that couldn't make it here at the fair. They made sure that they organized something in their community. So it's pretty remarkable, and I love just the enthusiasm around the initiative and that it has a presence everywhere in Belize now.
And we could go on and on and on and on, but there's a fair that is scheduled, and Oceana is going to be having a booth there.
Exactly.
What type of offers or what type of experience is being offered by Oceana at its booth?
Well, one of the things is we want to set up a stronger presence in the Dangriga area, so we will be recruiting some wave makers. Jazz had some other activities planned at the booth itself.
So we have our Dangriga, Stan Creek rather, field representative that will be with us today. She recently joined our team, so we're very excited to introduce her to the wider conservation community, and like Justine said, to reach out to the students that will be coming and try to get them more involved in, you know, cleanup activities, and just have them, you know, see that they live here. This is paradise. I mean, I'm looking over there. They're so close to the reef, and, you know, have them start thinking about, you know, being reef minded like Justine said earlier. And we'll definitely have some nice giveaways as well at the Oceana booth, so encouraging everyone to stop by.
Reef minded.
Exactly.
Hashtag, eh?
Hashtag reef
Hashtag belief in the reef.
All right, great. Thank you both, J&J, for being here this morning with us on the WB. Justine and Jacinta from Oceana. And our final appeal is to especially those who are living in the Dangriga area to come out to the Alejo Beni Park. It's been a great week for us here in Dangriga, and it's only because of the love we've received while being here. So we want to thank all the people we've met who have given us the love, especially the staff at Tuwani Garifuna Resort, who have been absolutely warm, accommodating and kind to us, made our stay in Griga that much better, nicer, sweeter, the good stuff. It rains down. It started raining on us the minute we arrived here Monday afternoon. It rained in our plates a lot. It was great. So we want to thank them very much for being a partner with us. To all the collaborators, fellow committee members, Week Organizing Committee. Another week in the books, the 6th Reef Week, 6th. Next year will be the 7th. And some community is going to be hosting us if we have health and strength. We want to thank the staff who have done their best to make sure that even though it's not the simplest of feats to broadcast remotely here in Belize, but they have been able to do it, and we want to thank them, the crew here.
Big up, big up.
Yes. Harlan Wagner, along with Ras Peter, along with Sharon Hope, and of course anchored by Mr. Directions himself, Mr. Directions, Mr. Cliff Lewis. And then of course back in studios, I know there's not no fish patties, Harlan. I got to big up Christy Flowers, assisted a bit this week by Marco Lopez. And at Creme Radio, our chief engineer, Mr. J.C. Arzu, has been taking care of it for us. Beautiful Dangriga, it has been great. We hate to leave, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Parting doesn't always mean goodbye. Until next time, next week, you won't see us this comfortable again for a long time, man. Belize, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
Awesome.